What's up guys, Aldy here, and in case you've ever wondered how I met each of the Thingamavloggers, fear not, because that answer is going to be question... Oh my god. What's up guys, Aldy here, and in case you've ever wondered how I met each of the Thingamavloggers, fear not, because that question is going to be answered right now. Alright, so the first people that I met were Sarah and Leo, and it was at Walt Disney World. We were at the Maker All-Star Creators Conference early 2015, and it was Disney's Hollywood Studios that we were in. It was a special event where the park was just closed for our group that were at the event, the Creators Conference. And I remember seeing Sarah and Leo waiting in line to meet Buzz Lightyear. I knew who they were because Leo, a few years ago, I had seen the Tracy Hines video that he was Prince Eric in. So I knew him through that. And I had actually met Sarah on social media before that. So I knew who they were, and I loved their videos because it was Disney. And I was like, oh my gosh, they're right there. I should introduce myself. I actually went back and forth in my mind, like, should I do it? No, you shouldn't. You're working. Like, don't be an unprofessional. But I did it. I actually used my job. Like, oh hey, I know I've seen you on social media before, and I just wanted to say hello, blah blah blah. And they were actually really cool. And it's funny because I didn't see them too much beyond that moment, that first meeting. But on the last day of the conference, when everyone was ready to go home, I saw them again in the lobby of our hotel, and I said hi to them again. It was funny because we were just talking a little bit about our experience, and all of a sudden, I don't know how it happened. It happened so quickly, but both Sarah and Leo were kissing me on the cheek for a picture, and that was a pretty cool moment. I'm not gonna lie. Like, that was goals right there. Alright, so the next person that I met was Patrick. This was a few months after the Creators Conference, and I met Patrick for the first time at Disneyland. It was actually Sarah's birthday. I don't know if it was her exact birthday, but we were all there to celebrate her birthday. We spent a day at the parks, and I remember the first time I talked to Patrick one-on-one, because we were a huge group, so there were a lot of people there, but the first time I talked to him was when we went on, it was one of our first rides for the day. It was Space Mountain, and somehow I ended up sitting next to him. I say that not because I didn't want that, but usually if I'm sitting next to someone that I don't know, this usually happens for like single rider line. When you're sitting next to a stranger, usually I'm not screaming at all because I don't know who this person is sitting next to me. And that was the case with Patrick. And with Patrick, I knew who he was a little bit because I saw him on social media once as well. And I think people talked about, oh, this guy Patrick's gonna be coming. So we sat next to each other on Space Mountain, and I feel like I was pretty quiet because, again, I didn't really know Patrick too well, and I didn't want to be like bleh on Space Mountain. Fast forward to when we see our on-ride photo. So you can see that Patrick's face is away from the camera. And at first I was like, oh my gosh, he was so uncomfortable around me that he couldn't show his face. And I was really like paranoid that Patrick didn't like me from the get-go. But it turns out, like, actually a couple weeks ago from now, that I sat with Patrick on Hyperspace Mountain, and he did the same exact thing. He didn't look in the camera, and he said it's because he didn't like bright lights for the on-ride photo. And I guess there it's pretty intensified because it's so dark in Space Mountain. So now it's explained. At least I hope that's the actual reason. But yeah, so I first met Patrick at Disneyland for Sarah's birthday, and we've been hanging out so much ever since. It's been pretty cool. Okay, the last person that I met was Tiff, and the reason why she wasn't at Sarah's birthday party, she was celebrating her birthday. I think I'm remembering this correctly, but she was celebrating her birthday at Disneyland Paris. So while we were all at Sarah's birthday, they were like, oh, Tiff's not here. Like, this was the very beginning of Thingamavlogs. Actually, Thingamavlogs wasn't introduced yet to the public, but I knew the members. And Tiff was the last person that I met, and again, she wasn't there because she was in a different country, in a different Disney park. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, this was before I really went to too many parks. Actually, I've only been to Walt Disney World and Disneyland. So I'm like, ooh, people go to international parks? And I thought Tiff was cool / mysterious. I was like, ooh, when am I gonna meet Tiff? And it wasn't actually, I don't know how long it was after Sarah's birthday, but I met Tiff at Disneyland as well. and it was at Pinup Parade. I don't know if you've heard of this event. It's almost like Dapper Day, but it's called Pinup Parade, and Tiff was dressed for it, and so I was with Sarah. I think all of Thingamavlogs was there, but that's the first time that I met Tiff. And I don't think I actually talked to her too much, because I didn't really spend that much time at Pinup Parade. But that's where I first got introduced to Tiff, and I was like, okay, finally, I met every single person. And yeah, it's been cool. Like, again, Tiff was the last person I met, but we've done a lot of cool things together. We went to Disney World for Halloween, and that was really cool. Tiff's the one that I see the least just because she lives so far away from where I actually live. I still love that Tiff girl. She's amazing. Love you, Tiff. Alright, so hopefully this video didn't bore you too much, but I thought it would be cute. Because actually there's a lot of stuff that I haven't done for the first time in Disney parks, so there's a lot I could have talked about, but I thought it would be fun to talk about my first time meeting the Thingamavloggers because they've been so cool to have in my life as friends, and I don't know what I'd do without them. And I know that a lot of you have met the Thingamavlogs members too, because I have been lucky enough to be there sometimes, and some of you actually want to meet me, which is cool. So what I want you guys to do is to make your own video where you talk about your first time meeting the Thingamavloggers, whether you met one of them or all of them. I think it would be cool to see your experiences or hear your experiences meeting them, because I think I've seen so many cool, fun moments happen in front of my eyes at the parks, and even not at Disney, but just getting to meet people who watch Thingamavlogs is so cool because we have that one common connection. And yeah, so make a video and send it to all of us, send it to Thingamavlogs, because it would be cool to see your stories. Alright, that's all from me for now. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever met me, because that would be pretty cool. I always like meeting you guys, and it'd be cool to have memories of who I met. So let me know in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you in another video because this was fun. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and until next time, okay, thanks, bye!